Alrighty then, I have been waiting for this moment, especially this episode. Alright, so the newest episode of JJK dropped recently, about yesterday or the day before, and it showcased the scene that I've been waiting for forever. It showed Nanami's death. It finally adapted Nanami's death, and I am so happy. Not because he died, but because I can finally make this example, I can finally talk about this. I want people to understand that Gege did not kill Gojo off because he didn't like him. Do you realize that Nanami is Gege's favorite character? Yeah, is supposedly Gege's favorite character. Okay, cool. Now that you've kept that in mind, he has died now, and so I don't want to hear people complaining, oh no, Gege just didn't like Gojo, or Gege, ugh, it's getting tiring, okay? This example is so tiring to hear because it's like, it's so stupid. It can be said about any story that, oh, this character, oh, they didn't like him, so they killed him off. It doesn't make any sense, to be fair. Gege liked Nanami, he was his favorite character, but he still killed him off. Why? Because he served his purpose in the story, and his death meant something. The character still had value. It doesn't mean Gege doesn't like the character. Just because Gege doesn't like Gojo doesn't mean he had to kill him off. That made no sense. In fact, Gojo had longer reign than anyone. He wasn't even meant to live this long, to be fair. And he had a beautiful death. He died to the real strongest. It's just like the real world, for example. The heroes don't always win and the villains don't always lose. There's no way he's always gonna want to cater for the fans. Always. It doesn't make any sense. People who want to say that Gojo only died because Gege didn't like him, it really doesn't make any sense. I can understand why you would say that. It's major copium, to be fair, but it really doesn't make any sense in retrospect. And like, so then if he killed off Gojo because he didn't like him, what happened to Nanami? Are you gonna tell me he didn't like him too? After openly admitting to not to liking him and him being his favorite character, it doesn't make any sense. Gojo also served his purpose as the strongest, and in reality, even if you're the strongest, there's most likely someone stronger than you, and that's exactly what happened. He could have always been overthrown eventually, and he was always going to be overthrown as the strongest eventually, whether it was gonna be by Sukuna or his own students. He was gonna be overthrown. Maybe he didn't have to die, but well, he was not gonna remain the strongest. It wasn't gonna happen. So he could have died easily to anyone else. So I'm just saying, because a lot of people's arguments are like, oh yeah, Gojo is the strongest. Yeah, he should have definitely survived. No, and they're always saying that Gege didn't like him. Okay, so it doesn't mean he'd kill him off because of it. It's like Nanami, he really did like him. He still killed him off. All Gege's characters have value to him. All of them have value to him, whether he likes them or not. He knows they all have value to the audience, and he kills them off for reasons, good reasons. It's literally the same for any other story. You can't just complain that a creator doesn't like a character and just say that's why he killed him off. That's redundant. It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. Plus, Gojo was meant to die sooner, in my own opinion, at least. Sooner in the fight, at least. Well, between Sukuna. And for the fact of the matter, all characters that have died so far feel like they've served a beautiful purpose, and he still, like, brings them back in some way. He still wants to cater for his fans in some stupid way. Like, Gege is actually giving the fans some, like, breathing space sometimes, like where he showed like the afterlife, in a sense. you could say that he was trying to give, fans a bit of comfort or closure after, Gojo's death or everyone else's death. If they miss the characters, they finally get to see what their characters are up to in their afterlife and this and that. And like, I feel like he's doing a pretty good job. I hate the argument that Gojo only died because Gege didn't like him, and that's simply what I've been hearing all the fucking time, and I fucking hate it. Because now, what are you gonna say for Nanami's sake? What are you gonna say for Nanami's sake? Most people who are even making this argument are forgetting Nanami was a character. So that's why I had to make this video. So if you disagree with my own opinions, make sure to comment your own opinions down. I really don't mind. I'll read all my comments. Anyway, if you like the video, please, like and subscribe and do all that. I really don't mind. And check out my Throne profile if you want to support me a bit more and join my channel memberships. I really appreciate it, and thanks for watching.